Welcome to Everyday Yoga. My name is Christine, and today's seated practice is going to focus on our very foundation, our feet. While we can't really go out and get a massage too terribly much right now, we can give some attention to those toes. So let's take a moment to sit in a nice tall seat. You could probably do this pose in your couch even if you prefer, or down on your yoga mat if that feels better to you. But for right now, we're going to have our hands on our laps or at our sides. We're going to really sit down firmly into that surface, whatever it might be, as we draw the crown up towards the sky. And so think about the spine as kind of a long beaded necklace, and you're pulling from both ends, lengthening from top to bottom, making space in between every single bead or every single vertebrae. So let's begin. Again, drawing the crown up, grounding the sit bones down, and taking a few deep breaths. Feel free to close your eyes if you like. I kind of default to that when I'm breathing deeply. Kind of helps to focus on the breath. But if that doesn't feel good to you, take a nice soft gaze out in front and just take a nice big inhale, letting the air fill up the lungs and push the organs down into the belly. And again, a nice big breath. And exhaling out the mouth. And let's begin by bringing our right foot out in front of us, toes pointed up towards the sky. Little engagement here in the quad. And we're going to move with the breath. So as we inhale, we're going to think about bringing the toes out to the right. And as we exhale, turning the toes back up towards the sky. Just getting a little movement in that hip. Exhaling to center. Inhaling out to the side. Exhaling back to center. Keeping the toes pointed up as we continue to move with our breath. Drawing that crown up, finding length in the spine. Tucking the chin a little bit to keep the neck long. And one more time, inhaling out to the right and exhaling center. Then we're going to draw the foot up by bringing the shin in and clasping the knee right underneath the knee. And we're going to rotate the ankle in one direction and then the other. And then we're going to swing the knee out to the right and bring the outside of the right ankle to the top of the left thigh. And you might want to use your hands to help, especially if you have any knee issues here. But just gently bring that foot right up here to the thigh. And then we're going to clasp our toes with our hand. So take your left hand and interlace the fingers in between the toes. And hold it nice and tight, not tight enough to hurt, but think about you've got a kid at Disneyland and you don't want them to get away. You don't want to hurt them, but you're not letting them out of your grip. So that's about the kind of grip that you want here. And again, we're going to use the hand this time to make those ankle circles in one direction and then back around in another. Remembering to breathe those nice long breaths and keep the spine long. And then squeezing the ball of the foot in between the fingers. Squeeze, release. Inhale as you squeeze. Exhale as you release. Inhale to squeeze. Exhale to release. Then take your fingers away from the toes. And we're going to bring both hands to the ball of the foot. And just take the thumbs and massage right underneath the toes, in between all those little bones that are here in the ball of the foot. Just back and forth with the thumbs. And And then make your way up the sides of the foot. Again, trying to keep tall, not hunching over too much, but you kind of got to reach it. So keep your spine as tall as you can as you continue to move those thumbs down the sides of the foot. And then squeeze the heel in the left hand. Maybe take the thumbs to the inside of the ankle here. And just kind of feel around a little bit. Where does it feel good? If you've got a bunion or something right here from wearing horrible shoes, cute but painful, give that a little extra attention too. And when you feel like you've had enough, take each toe in turn and give it a little hug with your thumb and index finger. Taking the pinky toe, giving it a little squish, squishing the fourth toe, maybe pulling on it a little bit. Middle toe, squish and pull. Second toe, hug it with those fingers and pull. And then the big toe, give it a nice squeeze and pull gently, giving that joint a little bit of space and a little bit of room here. And when you're all done there, let's gently bring the heel of the right foot to the edge of the chair. And you can hold on to the shin here with both hands, either clasped or one stacked over the other. Remember to sit nice and tall, ground those sit bones down, draw that crown up into the sky. Inhale here and exhale. And then we're gonna lift the toes up to come as far up towards the sky as we can, spreading them nice and wide. And then curl the toes down, giving them a nice squeeze, like you're trying to pick something up with your foot. Inhale, drawing the toes up and wide. Exhale, curling them down, really nice and tight. And continue doing this, not to the point of pain, but just to the edge of discomfort. If we never get out of our comfort zone, it's hard to grow. This is a small movement, but it can be really intense. So if it doesn't feel good to you, just give the toes a nice little wiggle. And then when you're ready, go ahead and extend that leg back out again. Point and flex the foot a couple times here, and then release the foot to the floor. And we got to even things out, so let's extend that left leg out long, bringing the toes up towards the sky, sitting firmly, drawing the crown up, breathing deeply, tucking that chin slightly, keeping the neck long. And we're going to do that same outer rotation as we inhale, and exhale the toes back up towards the sky. Inhale, turning out. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, turning out. Exhale, back to center. Continue moving with the breath. Opening up a little space in that hip. Noticing what you feel in the thigh. Maybe thinking about where that leg bone is rotating in the hip joint. And then bring the foot back to center. Give it a few little rotations in one direction and then the other. And then let's bend that knee, bring it up. Give it another rotation here, one direction and then the other. And then let's gently set the outside of that left ankle on the top of the right thigh. We're going to give this foot the same attention that we gave the other one. Going to just bring our hands over, maybe warm your toes up if they're a little cold, and then interlace your fingers in between the toes and give that foot a nice little squeeze. Remember, like you're holding a child's hand that you don't want to get away. So we're just going to squeeze and release. Inhaling as you squeeze. Exhaling as you release. Inhale to squeeze. Exhale to release. we stand on our feet all day long, up and down, bears the full weight of the rest of our body. And sometimes we force them into shoes they don't particularly love. Remember to continue moving down the sides of the foot, finding what feels good here, squeezing the heel, maybe massaging the inside of the ankle with your thumbs. That's a really good spot right there for me. Notice what's a good spot for you. And then we're gonna give these toes a little finger hug too. Squeeze and pull on that little toe. Just a nice gentle squeeze and pull. Squeeze and pull, working your way up to the big toe. Squeeze and pull. And then let's turn that knee back up to the sky. Bring the left heel to the chair. And we're gonna lift and spread the toes nice and wide. And then exhale as we curl the toes and squeeze them. Lift and spread. Exhale, curling the toes and squeezing. Inhale, lifting and spreading the toes. Curl them and squeeze them like you're trying to pick up a little piece of paper or something off the floor with your toes. And again, last time, lift and squeeze. And then extend that leg out long, point the toes and flex, point and flex, point and flex. Then bring yourself to the edge of the chair, wherever you have a nice solid base for your feet, where they can be firmly planted on the earth. Hopefully you don't have any downstairs neighbors, but take the, you could have your palms to the tops of your thighs, or you could grab the edges of the chair that you're sitting on and just pedal. Bring the knees up one at a time. And this can be really gently if you do have those downstairs neighbors. Or you can really pound those heels into the earth, really waking up the feet, giving them a nice little percussion massage here. Feel free to go crazy. You're doing this in your own home. Nobody's watching you. Remember to breathe. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, start slowing it down, softening the taps. Press both feet into the earth. Press the sit bones into the seat. Inhale and draw the arms out to the sides and up. Fingertips pointing to the sky. Exhale, bringing the palms together and bringing the hands down to the heart. Bring your thumbs to your sternum and lift your sternum to your thumbs. Draw the shoulder blades back. Take a nice deep breath, biggest breath you've taken all day long. And exhale out the mouth with a sigh. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice today. I hope the rest of your day is peaceful and harmonious. Namaste.